Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your Love Story Tarot reading for June 2019. I'm going to go with one storyline for this reading, or at least I'm going to try. Spirit has actually been giving me a couple of storylines that are very similar to each other, but my intention is for one storyline. So Capricorn, this reading will resonate and fit, or it will not. I'm going to look at you and your energy on this side of the reading, and I will look at the other person involved in this love story on this side of the reading. However, Capricorn, if you feel that this side is speaking more about you, then by all means swap it, okay, and see yourself over here and your partner over on this side. So let's start by pulling a few cards here to see what's going on inside of you, what's going on inside of the other person involved in this love story, and the energy that exists in between. All right, so there is a positive shift taking place on your side, Capricorn, whether this is you're perceiving a positive shift within the relationship or the other person, or there's just this positive shift taking place inside of you naturally, and you're just getting in a more optimistic, happy vibe about the relationship itself. On the other side, we have same mistake. So, you know what? Right away, Capricorn, what I see here is a repeating pattern between you and somebody else, okay? And you are in a place where you really want to make a positive change, or you have made a positive change. It's just a very nice shift is taking place inside of you. On the other side of the reading, however, we have same mistakes. So that could mean a couple of things. The other person involved could be really afraid, like we're just going to make the same mistake again, or the same thing's going to happen that always happens. Or this is Spirit kind of giving you some insight that even though you are in this really positive place, that chances are they're going to do the same thing again. All right, we're going to pull more cards to really get more information, but these two, it's like you are all on board for positive and happy, and what do I got to do? And on this side, there's a lot of fear, okay? In between is a beautiful energy of love connection. So despite everything else, Capricorn, there is true love existing here, okay? We definitely love each other, probably why we are stuck in this cycle of some kind. But what's different, I feel, about the month of June is I think you both really do want to make a change. Like, you want different, you want happiness, whether that means being together or apart from each other. That's like you guys have that same common goal and compassion for the other. You, I feel, are more optimistic, and I feel on this side they're just really afraid, like that the same thing is going to happen again, okay? But it's love in between, which is very positive. So let's pull some more cards, Capricorn. Look at empty, feeling sad and broken. Yeah, this is what we're afraid of, okay? This, whatever this cycle is, I think is very painful for both of you. But over on the other side, they're definitely really afraid. All right, so we have silence, not speaking, but still watching. Okay. Over on this side, looming, snooping and spying. Imagine that. So, Capricorn, with these two cards coming out, I have to say, I don't think this is a relationship that's together, okay? I think there's an intention on both sides that you want to be, but again, there's some sort of repetitive cycle or something that happens, and we're really afraid on this side. Like, we don't want to go through that again, ever again, or anymore. And I feel like the time apart has put you into this place where you have a different perspective on things, and you have made positive changes for yourself, and man, it's, look at this. Not speaking, but still watching. Snooping and spying. What does that tell you? You both are still like checking in on each other, watching each other, looking at each other's social media, talking to mutual friends, trying to get little tidbits of information. Both of you are doing this, okay? Man, like, come on. That's just, so to me, that's spirit bringing a little bit of humor into this and letting you know that you guys are doing the same thing, okay? So, like, you both miss each other. You both are still thinking about each other. You both are still looking in on each other because there is love that still exists between the two, okay? So, let's pull some more cards. Okay, so true forgiveness. That's on your side, Capricorn. On their side, look at that. Shift perception. Wow. Capricorn, listen. I'm actually kind of sad that you guys are not together, whatever's happened, because I can see the love that exists. I can see the desire to be together here on both sides. With true forgiveness coming out on your side, Capricorn, this could mean you either have to totally forgive this person for things that they did or said. Like, in what I mean by total forgiveness is where we go back to a place of purity, where we wipe our memory of them ever harming us so that we can love them unconditionally and not be guarded and have a sense of vulnerability and, you know, build some trust. So either, like, you need to find that in yourself for them based on what's happened, or it's like something you did they need to forgive you for, or it could be a combination of both where you both did stupid things and you know that in order to be together, like, true forgiveness has to happen on both sides. But with same mistake and shift perception, again, that's just a reiteration to me that this side is very fearful of getting hurt, of getting the same thing happening again, for whatever that means. And look at what is existing in between. Karmic flame journey. So I feel that somebody left, or may have left, like you could have left your partner, or your partner could have left you for somebody else, okay, with that karmic flame journey existing in between, because we have true love connection between the two of you. We're both still looking in on each other. We can't get away from each other, okay? But we have this karmic flame journey sitting in between us. So Capricorn, one or both of you could need to be on a karmic flame journey for now. And that's going to be the experience that shifts consciousness enough in one or both of you to overcome this repeating pattern, whatever it is for your relationship specifically. Okay, so let's pull some tarot on this. All right, so admired, noticed, spotlight. That's another reiteration to me of you guys still looking in on each other and still very much feeling each other. Law of attraction, yep. You guys cannot resist each other. Your energy is just like a magnet to each other. Over here on this side, Ace of Emotions, new love energies. And Nine of Flames, being tested. So Capricorn, the way I'm seeing this is this person is the one who is most likely the one who ended the relationship, left the relationship, and is currently in a karmic flame journey, okay? You both could be currently in a karmic flame journey with other people, but I feel more strongly it's the other person in this relationship, since they have the new love energies and then feeling really tested. And you're coming out just like very on point. You have come into a lot of different insights, and I feel you're being very emotionally mature about how you're perceiving things, okay? But over here, they're still working on something. And I think Spirit wants you to know that the love does not die just because the physical connection isn't happening right now. It doesn't work that way. Infatuation, lust, that eventually fades, okay? You get over people. Even if you thought you loved them, if you truly get over somebody, you weren't truly in love with them, okay? You weren't, because true love is soul, and it's a contract. Like, no other person on this planet can invoke that depth of emotion within you in the romantic sense, okay? Besides, like, the twin flame, the one who you are meant to be with to the end of your days, okay? The one who's going to shape you and grow you the most through romantic experience and encounter. And so you're, I think, really getting aware of all of this, okay? But over here, this person, they've got some work to do. And what exists in between? Intuition, dreams, insight, signs. Yeah, you guys definitely feel each other. There is still a lot of love here. You both dream about each other. I would say in the month of June, they're feeling very tested and kind of stretched to their limit being without you. But with same mistake, it's almost like they're trying to prove something to themselves, that they weren't wrong, that they didn't make a bad choice. You know, there's some sort of justification that they're giving to themselves about whatever's happened here between the two of you. But they do that as a way of coping, because that sad, empty, broken card that flew out, I feel that's talking more about how they feel inside, about, you know, the two of you going separate ways or not being together, but it falls on their shoulders more somehow. And so I think that's, you know, why they look like they're kind of in the struggle. They have a lot of sadness, feelings of sad and feeling sad and broken. And instead of facing that head on and saying to themselves, you know what, maybe I really screwed up here, they're not there yet. They need to shift perception into that. So that's why they're stuck here, is like, no, I'm going to ride out the wave with what I chose, because I don't want to make the same mistake that I made with Capricorn, even though I'm not going to let Capricorn know that I know I was wrong and that I may have made a really bad choice here. They're not. Like, they need to shift their perception first, but that's irrelevant. Like, you don't need to worry about that. That's part of their soul work for this life journey, and Spirit will see to it that that gets accomplished. What Spirit wants you to recognize, Capricorn, is that the love connection is real, and it's not something that just dissipates. You both are still very much looking in on each other, checking in on each other, feeling each other. Okay, the love hasn't died. We're dreaming of each other. You guys, I definitely feel, have like this empathic type of connection going on. And, you know, this forgiveness, it's not easy to forgive, right? That's a really hard thing to do to get to this type of forgiveness. So let's pull some clarifiers for these cards, Capricorn. Okay, so we have inner growth coming out on your side. Yeah, you have, like I said, there's a positive shift in you. You're seeing things quite differently than you had in the past, and you're coming through as the spiritually gifted masculine as well, all right? So to me, this is a spirit. Oh, wow, look at that. I didn't even... You actually have that twice, okay? Because In a standard tarot deck, this would actually be the Magician, okay? In relationship connections, it's law of attraction. In love's journey romance tarot, it's spiritually gifted masculine. So the masculine energy in you, Capricorn, is very on point, okay? And that, so if you're a female, that means the yang energy inside of you is very balanced, and you pull a lot of strength from that space. You are probably somebody who really has your crap together, and you're also spiritually gifted, okay? And with law of attraction, you could have a sensitivity to reading energy. With the moon coming out, you could be an empath, okay? This is just spirit saying that you are spiritually gifted somehow, some way. And so you should trust your insights and your intuitions far more than you do, especially when it comes to this person, because you are picking up on them empathically. Whether you realize it or not, it's not just in your head. Like, those are real energies you're tapping into. You feel them. You know when they're sad. You know when they're happy. You know when you are on their mind, because it's all energy, and you have the receptivity to pick up on that stuff, okay? So Spirit's really confirming that for you. I think just so that you know that you're not crazy, or like, am I a stalker? Am I just like too much here? Because, you know, when you really are feeling somebody, you kind of do feel that way, right? Like, God, what is this? Like, why am I thinking about him so much? Like, I got to get away from this. But Spirit's saying you're picking up on the energy. You're tapping into the energy of that person, okay? And there's mutual love going on between the two. Now, over here on this side, they're coming through as material achievement and Five of Heart energy. So you know what, Capricorn? It almost appears that this person, aside from whatever's happened, is also very focused on getting their crap together, okay? Career-wise, financially, you know what? I think Spirit's working on them quite a bit. Like, they need to learn how to be more responsible, but also how to find happiness within themselves and not seek it out in a partnership. So their growth and spiritual work is a bit different than yours, okay? And what exists in between is a twin flame union, all right? Enough said. This right here is under that intuition. So the reason why we're not together is somebody is working on a karmic flame, but ultimately this is like a twin flame connection. That's why you cannot escape it. And it's just a part of you, both of you, okay? There's just a lot of fear, Capricorn, in this person. To screw up again, the same thing going to happen again. And they might be a bit more like superficially or materially focused right now, rather than so much on romance. And with the karmic flame journey, to me, that says a few things. First of all, I do really feel like this person like is the one who left the relationship for somebody else. It's not to say they were cheating or whatever, but it could be like, you know, they started talking to somebody and then they're like, okay, I'm out of this relationship with you. And then they ended up getting with that person, or you guys broke up and it was just something minor, and then they end up in a relationship with somebody else like that quick, and you're like, what the heck? So that's Spirit saying, listen, don't pay mind to that. That's karmic contract energy that they have got to fulfill, which has nothing to do with you. And that's why it played out the way that it did. But they're also in a more of a superficial focus, and I don't say that in a negative way. It's like they're really trying to get their footing, build themselves, advance their career, figure themselves out. What is going to make me happy? Because they're not happy. If they're in a karmic journey, they're not happy there. They aren't. And it's really hard for them to face, like, damn, it was better with Capricorn, but I'm not going to say that out loud. I'm just going to try to stick it out in this karmic journey to prove to myself that I am right. And it doesn't work that way, right? So they've got to figure it out in themselves, Capricorn. And they're afraid most of this. They don't want to feel this. And with this being what exists between the two of you, whether we are physically together or not, the love never dies. The love never dissipates. We can't get that far away from each other. And Capricorn, you are so sensitive to this person, okay? You are not wrong. And more than that, if you feel like you are spiritually gifted, but you haven't really pursued that, you need to, okay? You have this twice, and with the hands coming out, it's like the energy worker. You could be a Reikiist, you could heal, you could be psychic by touching things, like you could pick up energy by touch, okay? There's just so many different avenues that could play out. But and then with intuition right next door, yeah, Capricorn, you guys have a spiritual gift here. And while this is playing out the way that it needs to, the karmic journey they are on, I feel that Spirit's trying to direct you to your spirituality and your spiritual gifts and say, let this be your distraction, you know, while they work out their karma. Because I don't feel that you really want to be with anybody else. Even if you are, like, man, you guys, it's crazy that you're not together, okay? But karma's karma, and we've got to do what we've got to do. So I get it on that aspect, on that level. But emotionally, you guys are very much in love still, okay? You are. And you both look in on each other and want to know about each other. I don't care what either one of you say. I see it right here. Both of you, it's equal, it's mutual because of this right here. And instead of being upset or trying to get this back, Spirit's like, just don't even worry about that. What's meant to be will be. They've got to do their work. And so in the meantime, you should really focus on you and your spiritual gifts, Capricorn, and grow them, because it's also going to help you forgive. As much as you want to be with them, Spirit's pointing out, like, that can't happen until you are in a place that you could truly go back to the innocence before they ever hurt you and harmed you, which I feel is ultimately part of the destiny, the path that you guys are walking this lifetime. But Spirit wants you to know you've got to heal. But your shift in perception, I feel, has already happened. And that's where this person is at. They're working on that right now, okay? So Capricorn, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.